Hello, Arm Wrestling fans. Today we have Ryan and Chetna with us. Both of them are going to go to overseas for their next competition very soon. We are going to talk about that for sure. And I think it's the first time, Ryan and Chetna too. Obviously, you're going to the Georgian country, the one of the strongest nations of arm wrestling. And I think it's the first time you both are about to face Russian arm wrestlers. Is that right?
Yes, for me, for him, I don't know.
First time I ever gripped the Russian was at 2015 WAF World, and I immediately recognized, oh, okay, this is another level. Because I just remember gripping up and thinking, wow, I can't top roll. Wow, I can't hook. Well, all I can do is go this way. So that's the last Russian I gripped.
Yeah. Yeah. So first super match for you as well, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So did you choose your opponents and we'll talk about your opponents soon, or was the names just offered to you? Did you do any negotiations? I want this guy, not that guy. Did anything like that happen for both
I
of you?
didn't do any negotiation because this is my first debut super match. So I don't think I'm in a position to do any negotiation. So I told them, you just give me whoever you want. Even if you give me Gabby, I will play.
It's really Gennady. Truthfully, Gennady was the man ultimately picking the matches. Gennady, in respect to Chetna's match, Gennady initially had his partner on the card, and then when he investigated Chetna's strength, he went, "Whoa, hang on a second. I think Chetna's way too strong for my partner." And then he picked Bella Plieva and said, "I think this is a more appropriate match." And then Bella, shoulder injury, shoulder niggle from WAF, whatever it is, pulls out.
It's an arm injury. Yeah, someone said a shoulder.
And then it was really just down to who's available. And Adelia Makarova, her husband Arthur Makarov, is on the card. So it just worked out very, very, very conveniently. She was coming, and she's of the caliber. I mean, she's another even step up in terms of paper, 8-time world champ. So welcome to the deep end.
Bella was one silver medalist. I might get the 8-time world champion.
Yeah. So I was messaging Ryan and Chetna both about this super match. I was like, man, you guys have chosen very difficult opponents, not only for Chetna, but for you as well, Ryan. And since the replacement is there for now, Chetna, you have found an even more difficult opponent for her.
So what did I just say? This is my first international super match. It's my debut, so I am not in a position to negotiate. So if they give me Gabby also, I will go and play and lose and come home.
You know,
Yeah.
it's an interesting match, Chetna's match, because if you look into Adelia's best matches, she's someone who pulls for 5 minutes to win a match. She's not really
She
offensively
has lots
aggressive.
of stamina. She
Yeah.
can go like this, respect, then jam her shoulder and wait there for 5 minutes. I have seen her matches, and while watching, I got tired.
Yeah. And I was not aware of that. I think Ryan or Chetna, either one of you mentioned recently that the longest match that you have had in India is like 4 or 5 seconds. That is a very crazy fact.
Me, me,
Yeah, yeah.
me.
Yeah.
At first, when I started, I always lost. So that was also 1 second. When I started, I lost, and I lost in within 1 second. So, and when I started winning, it doesn't take much time. But if I decide to hold, then it's different. Or that's showing on the TV. But normally it's short. So I think this my opponent is going to be very.
I'm gonna go a long way past.
Yeah, she can wait for 5 minutes. So let's see. After one round, I may feel like, oh, I'm gonna go home and sleep.
Yeah. And Ryan, what about your super match? Eldar Bubenko is your opponent. I remember talking about him a lot in my videos during the AMC tournaments and stuff, but now I've forgotten about him. So can you tell us a little bit about your opponent?
Yeah, so Eldar came about that he was very. Roman expressed to me that Eldar was very enthusiastic to make to get an opportunity with UW. I didn't know much about Eldar prior to this match being booked, but when I look at him, he's very much he's a talented man in many respects. He's a
Dance. What the dance does?
we saw him doing some ballet.
He does ballet also.
He does ballet. He's a public speaker. He's a coach.
He's a showman.
He gets up on the stage. He's very articulate. He's always got a smile on his face. He's very likable. And as an arm wrestler, how many time national champ was he? I think he was a 5-time Russian champ or something like that. Multiple European champ and world silver medalist was the highest he's been. But he's beaten people like Georgi Tortiev in the final of Russian nationals, Zurab Taporidze, he beat at AMC. So he's a powerful top roller. He's not overly tall and he's not like a Georgi Tortiev or a Matt Mask style big long levers. He's a strong top roller who will kind of stay in the fire of the match. When you look at his match against Zurab Taporidze, he didn't really actually take Zurab's wrist. He just pinned him kind of within the hand of Zurab. So he's strong. Yeah, really strong is what it looks like to me. So it's easily my biggest test. I know I've pulled some big matches, big names, legends of the sport, people like Ron Barth, and I pulled Schoolboy and different stuff on different stages. But for me, this one is my biggest match because it's in a weight category where we are the same weight. We're both 105, and it's the biggest opportunity I've had to prove to myself that I've progressed. So we'll see. And yeah, I can't wait.
So, how big is your opponent? Like, how much does he weigh usually?
Well, he put a photo up on the scale about 2 weeks ago, 109.25 kilos. So he will be cutting down. But he has won most of his Russian nationals at 95 kilos, but he has moved up to the 105 division now.
Okay. So Ryan's way of selection of super matches that people criticized a lot is still going on. So you mentioned Zurab Taporidze. We know that he beat you in East versus West, and
He doesn't care for me.
Yeah,
Elder beat Zurab, so you're now going for Elder.
Yeah, I lose to somebody when I go.
I thought I will negotiate a little because I want to win. I want to negotiate. Then he said, it's a first match. You are not eligible for negotiation. And he said, whosoever you give me. So, okay.
So we got a call for when we were in Misery.
I am on the same path.
When we were in Misery, we happened to randomly out of the blue get a call from John Brasink. It was really, really nice. And John was asking what we're up to. We're telling him about the GBW1 match. And I told him I'm pulling the Russian national champ, but he just laughed and said, well, that's what you like to do, isn't it? You have no problem with jumping in the deep end. So, but he laughed. So we'll see.
And Chetna's new opponent, is she bigger than her previous opponent, Bella Plieva?
Taller, but same weight. Both are 65 kg. And she's taller. My other opponent is 5'5" or something. Now this one is 5'7".
Yeah. She mentioned 170, 169. I remember 5'7".
170.
Yeah. Ryan, your biggest supporter is already in the super chat. Mark, good evening to all. All the best to Chetna on her big match.
Oh, he's my supporter. He's Ryan Hitter.
Okay.
He talks shit about Ryan, and after that,
that's what I was trying to say, basically.
he talks shit about Ryan, and at last, good luck, Chetna, for GBW1. So I will give him a pass. Thank you so much, Mark.
Mark has been a big supporter of the channel. He's been super chatting here for like last 3-4 years. So,
thank you so much, Mark.
I think Mark works for Pro Panther in the UAE.
He's nice. He talks blunt. I will give you a pass for wishing me. Thank you.
What was I going to say? I don't know. Anyway, Mark, thank you, Mark. Even I'll say thank you for Mark.
You should thank your haters. They will become your supporters.
The haters make it all possible. They do. But yeah, this match, Pradeep, is in respect to Chetna's opportunity. I'm super excited for Chetna's match because, as you know, she's been undefeated in India for 12 years. In her weight category, incredibly dominant. We know she did the COC twice as well. And I know just as an arm wrestler, we all want to grow. We all want to continue to progress. And when you finally get an opportunity to just see where you're at, it's a big thing. So I think technically and officially, your Chetna is the first athlete to professionally represent India. I know Mazza here at King of the Table, but he represented the UAE when he pulled Coach Ray. But so the first Indian athlete to represent on the professional world stage is a pretty big deal. I think we're all pretty proud of you.
Thank you. But I wanted to go through raffles. In raffles, I'll finish one by one, then go.
Straight to the
Yeah, now I'm getting a super match, so I cannot say no. I'm still getting to the champion.
Yeah.
The good thing is she's a defensive puller. So, like, worst case scenario, there's no flash pin monster that's coming out at you. This is the girl who just ties people up. So I think Chetna is strong. Like when Adelia accepted the match, in the podcast that we had with her the other day, she said that she looked at Chetna's Instagram and she said Chetna's lifting some of the weights that her husband. She was joking. She was joking, but she joked saying, "I think my husband Adam would struggle to lift some of the lifts that
What
Chetna."
does it matter? What does it matter if she has the rigidity, then she can hold me, and I guess up and I get eventually.
But I think some worst case scenarios, Chetna gets to really test herself out against obviously a elite caliber arm wrestler, and you will look like you're in the match no matter what because she's not a flash pinner. I tell you.
I've very rarely seen this, especially when there is a gap in the forearm length. In this case, of course, Chetna has a smaller forearm. I don't remember ever seeing a much shorter forearm top rolling a longer forearm and the girl or guy with a longer forearm holding with a flop press. That usually does not happen. When somebody is holding you with a flop, either he has a similar length arm or a shorter arm than you. So you'll not see Sasho top rolling Ryan Bowen and Ryan is holding Sasho with a flop press.
Yeah.
That is going to be very difficult.
Yeah,
I cannot imagine
exactly.
seeing something like that.
Yeah, her opponent is were like same height. Or
No, that was short. Like if you go
That's short.
look at her Instagram, there's a short Kazakh girl who takes the wrist and this long arm out here, she just jams up
She
and
was almost on her touchpad and she was waiting there.
she has a really good triangulation of her bones and joints. She creates a situation where the pin path is impossible unless you elbow foul. And that's she uses geometry really well, and then her elbow is strong enough that she blocks you on side pressure. And then you're too short to get over her hand and press her because she's got this really long lever. So all of her opponents seem to get confused and frustrated when I watch them. It's this real puzzle that she puts up, and these shorter, powerful top.
That is why she's 8-time world champion.
Yeah, and she will sit there, and you can see the effort in her face. She's for the most part purely relaxed. She's just waiting. Then she'll sense some bleed in her opponents, and then go on the big flop drive and get them. So I'm excited for you because you've never experienced anything like that.
If I lose, I can come back and say I lost to 8-time world champions. No big deal. Cut me some slack. And if I win, I can say I defeated the 8-time world champion. Either way, I win.
Yeah, it's good that you're not putting too much pressure on yourself, but this match is important. Like the perspective of the entire arm wrestling fan base all around the world is going to at least slightly change towards Indian arm wrestling if Chetna does well in this match, because if she gives a good fight to a 8 times world champion, so then it is going to matter a lot to Indian arm wrestling. Yeah, that's why this match is important.
Yeah, for the nation of India, if you win this match, it's huge.
I will give my best, but I have zero pressure. And With zero pressure, I can give my best. Otherwise, I can't.
I've said it in many podcasts, but I still believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly that India, particularly in the lightweight classes in the men's and certainly in the women, has the opportunity, I think, over the next 5 to 10 years to become a very significant player in the world.
Not 10 years.
No,
Eight.
5 to 10 years at the top of the ranks, you'll see many Indians in among the top 10.
Yeah, because 5 years back,
the heavyweights,
5 years back, Indian arm wrestling was not this, but now it's.
And it's just a sheer numbers game. There are more arm wrestlers in India than there is in the rest of the world combined, probably. Like, I don't know. Like, that might actually be the case. And if that is the case, the cream rises and the passion is big in India. It's just going to be a matter of time. I know that economically it's been difficult for Indian arm wrestlers to get the opportunity to travel due to conversion rates of the rupee and things like that. But it will happen. And Chetna being the first.
Actually, one good thing is happening that in Indian arm wrestling, uh, every year, there will be one international tournament in India. That is very good for Indian arm wrestlers because earlier there was no tournament last tournament was in 2010, maybe Asian Championship. After that, no tournament. So we had to go and spend a lot of money due to currency difference. Now every year there will be one international tournament in India, and Indians will get an opportunity to perform there, and they will have to spend less money also. That is a very good opportunity for affiliates.
You look at the current crop of Indians. Let's take Abbas Rana as the start key piece of data. 2 years ago, Abbas Rana won the WAF sub junior. Sub junior. He won the WAF sub junior, beating a Georgian in the final, and he's now gone on and become bigger, stronger. And there's people like Kim Kimmer, who is still of sub junior age, who is balanced with the current version of Abbas. So, like, if Kim Kimmer had been at WAF World this year, sub junior, it's almost certain that he would have won the world championship.
Gold medal.
And then you've got the other young guy who did win the sub junior, 70 kilos or something.
Someone.
So it is already starting to happen, and I think that due to the numbers of Indian arm wrestlers, like I said, it won't happen in the super heavyweight division. It won't happen in the super heavyweight division because only 1% of Indian men are over 6 foot, for example. But the lightweight division and the women's division, I think India is going to be big in the years to come, and you get to kick it off with a win over Nate Don't
give me the pressure. Don't give me the pressure.
And since you mentioned Kim Kim, I don't think he could have played in the sub junior this year because he was already 16 when we were commentating for PPL. So next year he'll be 17 and he can compete in the juniors under 18, which is still he can do very well. I think Kim Kim at 16. Yeah, Kim Kim at 16. I think his hand size may be like Denis Siplinkov. His hand is that big. Of course, not as hard.
The thickness of his wrist and thumb, I was like, what the is this for?
I him and my hand was not to be seen anywhere. He just ate it all.
Yeah, his hand is very wide. 16 years old. Yeah, I think he can do well at WAF for sure.
Very strong, very thick.
Yep. Rajbir Vaughn, somebody is mentioning. Ryan, a super chat for you. Do not hate Ryan at all. Wish Ryan all the best in his match too.
Oh, thank you very much, Mark.
Mark.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So this is the event that we are talking about, Georgia versus the World, pay-per-view $20, which by the way will be available on Ryan Bowen's channel. You have to first subscribe to the channel, then you'll see the join button. If you click on that, the bottom tier, which is the $20 tier, you will be seeing the amount in your own currency, so you can purchase that pay-per-view from that place. So these are the matches. You can see all of the matches here. David Samushia, Kirsten. Ryan, which one is your favorite match on this card? Of course, other than
outside of who's my favorite? I mean, coming very. I'm here to Necker, yeah. You get in the Necker either way up or what happens has to be the pick for me.
Yeah, Zaur and Georgi Zaranov. That's the one they're talking about. So there are many super matches. Nurdolat, Eder Khan. I think this Nurdolat match is cancelled or what? There were a few matches that got cancelled.
Right hand.
So some matches got cancelled. Of course, people are not going to talk about that openly, but my belief is, of course, East versus West must be interfering
Maybe,
with some of
maybe.
those matches. You both would want to get matches at East versus West as well in the future, so I wouldn't really expect a comment from you. But that's what I can say, that I can see like Arthur Makarov. Like if I am at East versus West, I'm trying to pull all of the strings to like offer Arthur a contract or try to somehow stop him from competing at GVW. I think
No,
he's
no,
still the current
no,
champion.
no. Just because he is coming, his wife is coming. So
Yeah,
I need to.
no, but still, if these matches are getting cancelled, people are pulling out of those matches. Like we have to assume like East versus West may have something to do with that, even if the athletes are claiming to get injured or something like
Yeah,
that.
maybe. Yeah.
Certainly when, like, if you look at the Nugo match, Nugo had 2 matches booked within 2 weeks. That's crazy for an athlete, especially 2 weeks is not enough time to back up from a tough match. If he got tied up with Frank Lepper earlier, it would have been very, very difficult. But he obviously had to make a decision. One of the match was for a world title, so he made his choice. But this is my speculation as well. I don't know if anyone was pressured in any way, shape, or form. But look, I think GVW have done a good job from where I've sat so far as someone who's been engaged to work with them. So I'm going to be commentating as well as competing. So I'll host the press conference and things like that, and we'll commentate the event. They've been very professional. They really have. They've done a wonderful job. They've looked after us. They've taken care of everything. They've been, given that they're brand new, they're a bit rusty on working things out, but they've been tireless. It's a hard job to coordinate this many athletes and this many moving parts, and they've done a very good job of it so far. So even down to getting graphics designed up to the professional standard when athletes change and things like that, they've been very fast on all those things. So I take my hat off to them, and I hope the event is a success. I know this organisation came up at a time when there was lots of arguments between on the internet between the Devon and Engen sort of supporter base, and I truly have no idea who's involved in the background in any way, shape, or form. But I do know that they've put in a big effort, and I think they deserve to be successful. And if you look at just the names on the card, it's a very, very high level event. It really is. So, and an update to my favorite match, Krasmir Kostadinov, Georgi Tautiev.
Yes.
Very, very curious about that one.
I personally don't see that match to be really exciting because I've seen Georgi arm wrestle multiple times, obviously, and Krasi too. Even if Georgi takes Krasi's wrist, I don't think he'll have the arm power to finish the match. I think Krasi can, and I think he will flop press. And that is if he loses his wrist, which I don't really see him losing his wrist. Maybe he will, but we'll have to
Who
see.
did Georgi Tautiev beat at King the Temple 14?
Zurab Tablet.
He beat
Zurab
Zurab
Tablet.
Tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did it convincingly, did he?
Yeah.
So like, I know that Zurab has. Some people were still saying, "Is he haunted by the broken arm?" If you ask Zurab, he says no. It's well and truly gone from his game. But and Tautiev looked fantastic, and Krasi is more experienced than Zurab, but Zurab's no walk in the park, that's for sure. So I think this is a very technical match. This one, that's why I like it. I think it'll get tied up really technically, and I don't know who to pick to win. I feel like if whoever I pick, I'll curse and they'll lose.
I'm not sure if this is the real Philip Larson, but he's asking Chetna how confident she is in her victory.
Philip Larson, the big Philip Larson, the man who belted Matt
Because
Martin.
Philip's YouTube's channel is the Viking Arms, so I don't remember his name being Philip Larson on his YouTube channel. Maybe he's there.
50-50. That's good. That's confident. I like that.
No, that means I don't know. I don't know. Of course, how am I supposed to say 60-40? Who is 60? So 50-50. I don't know.
Yeah, 50-50.
You, I won't say anything that on your behalf, but you've always expressed that you're confident in your strength, but you acknowledge that you have no experience.
I have the strength, but my table IQ is much lesser than those world champions. And if I lose, it will be for table IQ, lack of table IQ, and stamina.
Definitely, you should be confident in your strength. We've been training together for a good few months, and you've progressed a lot in the gym. You've set PRs for
You
many,
cannot
many
win an arm
years.
wrestling match just by strength.
You can if you got enough of it.
I don't have enough.
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. But at world level, like arm wrestling against a champion, I think your chances of winning the match are purely based on strength because I don't think you can out arm wrestle a world champion. I don't think
Exactly.
your
Yeah,
arm
you
wrestling
know, you
skill is
know,
at that level.
If I don't gas out, if I gas out, my strength is not gonna work. If I don't gas out, and if I can outsprint her, then maybe. Uh, I
it,
will
it,
see.
yeah. Let's say you do get the early round, it's going to be a battle of getting pins before your hand blows up because we know that Adelia can tie people up and
Just like I said, either way, I win. I got my debut match. I got my break.
Yeah. The biggest problem which I've seen for arm wrestlers when they step out to a higher level competition overseas, it's the setup. Like we've seen that with Jocelyn Brisson, she destroyed Sarah Backman, and she was pretty confident in USA. But when she stepped up to Egley, or not even Egley, when she competed at the recent WAF, she was looking very uncomfortable in the setup, and that's what I've seen time and time again. When strong arm wrestlers who are dominant in their country, when they go outside, they just don't feel it in the setup. You can see that even before the go, they've kind of lost it. So there is something in the setup that needs a lot of
That is
experience,
one
international
another thing
experience.
I am worried about. That is one another thing I'm really worried about. I didn't want to say it, but since you have started the topic, so here in India, I can dominate my opponent and get the grip as I want. But here, there, she may not let me have the grip I want, and even if I have the strength, she may not let me use my strength by not giving me the comfortable grip. Uh, so
and I can certainly relate to that. I remember the first time I competed in a European sort of field. I went to the Salty Toad in 2019. Everything felt different. I'm like, I actually didn't know in myself which direction I was going to pull when they said go. I'm like, I don't even know where to go. This way, this way. What am I doing? It was really felt foreign. So yeah, that way. Reverse side pressure. I was saying before.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it is a factor. It is a factor, but yeah, you've done a lot of work. That has been something that we've focused on in preparation. We really have. We were similarly to you, pretty aware that that's a factor, and um, we've done as much as we can to try to prepare for that front.
Yeah.
she's also not sitting at home.
And Ryan, what are your chances? How, like, in percentage, how
I,
much
I know
chances are you giving yourself?
obviously Eldar is 100% the favorite in this match, uh, being the accolades that he's got, winning multiple Russian titles and all that sort of stuff. For me, my mindset is I am just excited. I'm excited to see where I land. I know I'm at my strongest thanks to the training that I've done in the last 7 months with Chetna. I am. It's very clear that I'm at my strongest in an overall body sense. It's been interesting because I haven't had barely any table time in the last 7 months. Other than competition, I haven't essentially had no table time. Not with people that are of the same sort of level as me. Gripped up with a few young guys and things like that. But I don't actually know because when I went and pulled in Chicago, I won the 105 kilo and the super heavyweight division in the East Coast West qualifier, and I won it in a manner where I never felt like I was challenged. So I didn't get a gauge on where my level was at then. I did a little bit of after pulling with Perez Sidrakin and Kachatran, and I felt great against them. But after pulling is after pulling. So it's a mystery to me. I know that Eldar Babenko has beat Kachatran at AMC. He pinned him pretty decisively. So I think that Eldar is kind of like all-in level, really. So I go into this match firmly as an underdog, but I go in there with an optimism of knowing, like an excitement to find out where I land, because I know that I'm at my strongest, and I don't know how much it translates. All the strength that Chetna's given me through fundamental training in powerlifting, my strict curl is at a level where it's now considered, even though it's unofficial, it's considered at the world elite level with the strict curl. So I don't know. It's just wait and see. I couldn't give you a number. Wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, you're definitely looking very strong lately, especially in that tournament, and especially on the left arm. When I saw you like casually beat Artem's left arm, I was like, "What's going on here?" That was
That was
really
that was
surprising.
the shock for me. That because left arm went first, and my opening round was a lower ranked guy who I beat comfortably, and Artem was the number one seed in the draw, so he had a bye, and he then faced me in his first match, and it was so comfortable. I thought, what the hell was that? And I was confused. Everyone else was confused in the room, and then Artem just said to me, "Dude, way too strong. What the hell?" Um, and I went, and when I did that, I then walked over to the registration desk and said, "Can you put me in the super heavyweights on the right arm as well?" I wanted to see what the hell was going to happen, and I won that really comfortably. So it was a surprise to me, and I can only attribute to the fact that for the last sort of 11, 12 years, I focused very much on hand-based arm wrestling specifics, and I never build the fundamental strength. And Chetna has given me a very big boost in the fundamental strength department, and it's like it's amplifying everything that I've done in my hand over the last 12 years. So it's all wait and see.
Yeah. Philip Larson is giving some tips in the chat, and he is the real Philip Larson. He recently got injured in the wrist in his match, which he recently won at East versus West. No, not East versus West. At MAC, was it? Against Wayne Withers. I forgot where that match was. But he won that match, and he has to pull out of the upcoming match, which he had against Alex Kurdech, I think. And Ryan, were you mentioning Arsen Kachatrian or Dimitri Kachatrian?
Arson.
Arsen, okay. Yeah, Arsen. Because both live in USA. I think Dimitri also lives in USA. He was the guy who faced John Brzezinski as John's second super match.
Yes,
That was Dimitri, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Definitely Arson. So Eldar faced Arson in AMC and
Amazing.
beat him pretty
Yeah.
convincingly. Yeah.
And earlier I forgot to mention that I was really happy that the way Dexter Tan was talking about this situation, he was like still almost like okay with you competing over there. He was like, I can understand. Ryan felt that this offer was made to him before our offer or something like that, or
Yeah.
he can understand the situation, and that was really nice to hear. He was speaking openly about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much exactly how it went. It's been I haven't chatted with Dexter or Robert since then, but the last communication and last talk we had was exactly that. They rang me to offer me the ability to commentate at the next East vs West in Switzerland, but they said to me, "Look, unfortunately, we aren't kind of in good standing with the GBW situation at the moment. The timing of it all, just we're we're kind of clashing with it. So if the offer's there for you to commentate at East vs West, but if you're going to be involved in the GBW, we'll have to just give it a pass for now." And they very much expressed that, look, we have no
He
issue with it.
explained about me getting
He said it makes complete sense. Your fiance has been offered her professional debut. Of course, you're going to accept it, and naturally they're going to give you a match whilst you're there as well. So Dexter said certainly don't hold anything against you, and he said, look, we have no dramas with bringing you back in the future, and so we have aspirations as arm wrestlers to just arm wrestle anywhere and everywhere we can. So we hold nothing against East vs West. We hold nothing against GBW. We in all the sort of the unfortunate part of sport is when politics get involved and businesses are competing with each other. Athletes just want to compete. That's all we want to do. And we'd love to be able to support everybody. But the truth being, yeah, we both got offered a match on an elite card. We can't say no to that just to go and have me commentate in Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah. In all other aspects of life, in business and stuff, whenever two companies are fighting for the customers, fighting against each other, the customer always wins because most of the time because they get the product at good price. But somehow
Yeah.
in arm wrestling, it's weird. Like when two organizations fight with each other, both stop giving the fans the matches that they
And the
deserve, and
customer
the
and the
fans
customer gets tambura,
yeah,
nothing.
the customers get screwed even more, but that doesn't happen in like companies and stuff where there are more
Yeah.
rules and regulations and more at stake, where are like billions of dollars at stake. It doesn't happen. The customers always win, but not in arm wrestling. Not in arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Customers
Yeah,
gets
screwed. Yeah,
I've been watching arm wrestling for since 2013, and the ups and downs and evolutions of how the sport is broadcast to the fans have changed a good 5 or 6 times in that period. It's like every 2 years it pivots again on what we're doing. And I don't know. Like now there's a lot of good high level production stuff coming out. Like Russia's doing a lot of really nice looking stuff. I'm seeing more stuff from Canada as well with high level productions and team events popping up, everything, and uh, so it's growing, and everyone's shouldering each other for the right to have the best athletes. But um, yeah, the poor old customer just has to hope that the organizers don't argue too much and blacklist everyone.
yeah. Gotham Arm Wrestling is saying, Ryan, you are a whole other level than you used to be. Trust me, I met you back in 2018 when you were struggling with Sam Harris in the after polls.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I remember it's 2019. That would have been in
And
when I was doing.
that may be after Sam beat Jeff Hill. Was that the event? Because Sam
Oh
beat
no, no,
Jeff
no!
Hill in
This was
2018-19 both.
no, no, no. Where it was 2018. Travis Bajan and I, we ran a whole bunch of local tournaments on the east coast of USA, and Sam Harris pulled in one of the tournaments, and I grouped up with Sam after he had won that local tournament, and he and I were like, yeah, he just pulled and I hadn't even pulled, and I was like, oh, damn, Sam Harris is the bad man. Like we were just locked up, sort of thing. So yeah, and Sam Harris was 69 kilos or something.
Yeah.
That said, where is Sam Harris these days? Sam Harris is a great arm wrestler.
Yeah. If Sam is still like around 70 kilos, I would like to see a match between, like, let's say Sam versus Rahul Panikar or Sam versus Steve Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. Or what's the other guy that I was? Satnam Singh.
Satnam, yeah.
He's a Satnam Singh fan now.
I don't know what happened to that guy. 2023 season 1, he was getting like beat by many arm wrestlers, and now he's like he has the hand of
In
a 100
2023,
kg guy.
in 2023, he lost all his matches. I was sitting, he came near me, and he's actually my age, he's a kid. he, Didi, I love it. He cried, and I said, don't worry. Next season, he'll be the strongest. And really, he is. Yeah, he defeated everyone. Just we have to see him versus Steve because we couldn't see that match because they're from the same team. If he can beat Steve, then he's number one in 70.
Well, I liked his personality too. He had this way of beating people with a smile where it never felt arrogant.
Insulted, yeah.
So he had this.
He shows that smile and that dominance also, but never insults the opponent.
I'm a Satnam Singh fan.
And Kim Kima.
Yeah, everyone is a Satnam Singh fan after this, and even now he's like maybe 4 years in the sport, so he's not only very young but young in the sport of arm wrestling as well.
His wife also very young.
Yeah, and who knows? These guys can they can already be top 10 in the world in the 70 kg category.
Yeah.
Listen, I think India lightweight is where you're going to see a heap emerge. It's going to happen. It has to. The numbers are too big.
But yeah, but veins are going to be a problem. I'm not sure how he cut to 70 kilos this season, but people were saying that by the end of the season he was like 85 kilos.
Yes, he was bigger than all the 70 kg guys. Actually,
Yeah,
he gave his weight than 8 and had a rip fat.
maybe some of the many of the 80 kg guys as well. He was bigger than all of them.
I grouped up with Danik in Mizoram, and in respect to his level, I know that Danik was. Many people. It was the most common question I had in my YouTube channel afterwards was, Ryan, what did you think of Danik? What did you think of Danik? Where's his level? Uh, I- I've gripped when I went to Istanbul. I got to grip. I forget his name, but he was someone who competed for the world title at 80 kilos at
Oh,
Oxford.
that guy.
So yeah,
Big guy.
big hand. Um, I'd already pulled a bunch of people and was pretty beat up, but his level, I got to feel and get respect for what the 80 kilo number one in the world effectively feels like. And Danik to me, I said Danik feels the same as every other national champion that I've gripped in the 80 kilo class. Regardless of country I go to, if I meet an 80 kilo national champ, Danik felt right, pretty much the same. I would guess Danik is somewhere 10 through 20 in the world if you genuinely put the best 80 kilos all in one room. That's where I feel he is right now. He's not quite at the pointy end from what I felt, but he's up there.
Yeah. What people say about Denik, the Indian arm wrestlers, not arm wrestling fans, is that he is much better against hook arm wrestlers than what he is against top rollers. In fact, there was a whole thing going on against Denik. People are saying, when have you ever beaten a top roller? You have only beaten good hook guys. You have never really faced a good top roller. The first time you faced a top roller, it was Billa Tajamul, and he top rolled. Denik, his
No,
wrist got injured.
he defeated in 2022 national. He defeated Siddharth Malakar, who is a top roller. And Siddharth, the earlier match, Siddharth defeated Tawheed. Tawheed was in 85, Siddharth was in 90. And then Siddharth got to final and Danik defeated Siddharth.
And that's a big win. Siddharth is bigger than him. Like he's 90 kilos and he's
Siddharth
been arm
was
wrestling for
90. Siddharth was
more than a
90
decade.
and Danik was 80. And Tawheed was 85. So in 2000, he defeated the top roller.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a fight. But he defeated it. He won. He won the CUC title.
Anub
Hyderabad.
is saying no. Now Pradeep will be banned. No, I don't
Yeah.
think I will be banned.
Pradeep is
from any guy.
untouchable. Pradeep is untouchable.
I'm doing my own thing. My thing is, and I've been saying this for many years, my channel is like I need everyone for my content, and yet I don't need anyone for my content. It's that kind of channel because my content is just purely about others, famous arm wrestlers, talking about them, what they've said, what they're going to do, where they're going to compete, the results of their matches, the interesting points from their podcast. So I need everyone else for my channel, and yet I don't really need anyone. Let's
Yes,
say
yeah.
Ryan and I don't get along at all. I can still talk about what Ryan is doing, and my channel keeps going. So that's the way I've been running my channel.
Yeah.
You Pradeep is
So-
above all. Untouchable.
Pradeep
Mark
has been
will-
compromised. Hashtag. Link
That was a
twice.
comment, Ryan. I can easily sense a comment when you have written it versus when Chetna has written it, and that was written by you. Of course, that was written
got
by
a
you.
picture already. She's gonna.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know jokes. He will seriously write.
Chetna wanted to wear a Pradeep has been compromised t-shirt.
And one twice, there is one guy commenting here. Bowen or something. I forgot. J Cobain. He wrote, Pradeep, blink twice if you were under pressure. That's when it all started.
I messaged Chetna about that message. I was like, of course Ryan has written this, right? And she didn't answer that question, but I can sense it. And she was like, oh, she was apologizing to me that I said this. I was like, no, I didn't feel bad. People are saying that maybe you're not considering yourself Indian since you're mentioning that Pradeep is also an
edited
Indian, so
that comment.
he's
I thought,
supporting an
oops.
Indian.
I thought, oops, I made a mistake. Then I edited the comment.
Yeah. So my thing is I don't think anybody has ever commented anything under my videos that can offend me. In fact, I've put out an open challenge to all of the viewers, like try to say something that can offend me, and I haven't found a single comment like that.
If comments offend you, then you cannot do what you were doing, right? So you cannot let them.
So yeah, so there was this another thing that people were saying, okay, the Northeast fans, the Nick fans, they go after people and stuff. And I was like, why are these guys worried? And they were like, no, I won't name the name of the arm wrestler that they were going after. That arm wrestler is from around the Delhi area. So Dara was telling me, no, you don't know those guys, those fans. They're really nasty. They'll go after your family. They'll go after the wife or girlfriend. And I was like, when I go to my phone, I have to upload my picture somewhere. I cannot find a photo of myself on my phone. Forget about social media. Good luck finding a photo of my family or my wife or my girlfriend or whatever. Like, impossible. So they
Me
were
too.
like telling me, no,
You won't find any photos of my personal life anywhere.
yeah. The same goes for me. I cannot find my own photos on my phone. Like, how is somebody else going to find a photo of my family to make or to do something against me? So for me, this was a little bit weird. And they were saying, like, I was just joking. I was saying, okay, maybe next day when Billa Tajamol is arriving, I'm going to say the Denic Slayer Billa is coming to the table.
Oh my God!
During the
Oh my
commentators, like,
God!
people were saying that. Don't say that. They're going to go after you. Like the
Your
Denic fans
eyes
are going
will
to,
believe
like,
with
no,
these
they
Delhi
cannot
fans
go
from
after.
in. My goodness, they can go to any level. They will.
Well,
They will go to your reports. They will go to your ancestors.
I will say, of all the places I've ever been in the world, Aizawl, the city of Aizawl, Mizoram, has more arm wrestling fans than any other city I've ever
It's
experienced.
recognized. Arm wrestling is recognized there. That's like
I couldn't believe how many people in the street knew of arm wrestling. Walked
you know, Danik in Aizawl, Mizoram is like Virat Kohli in India. Like he's superstar. Danik and Benjamin. They're now Kim Kimar. They are superstars of Mizoram. Everybody knows about arm wrestling. When we were in train, people came and stood in line to click pictures with him. Like everybody knows him, and everybody's like, "Do you know Danik? Do you know Danik?" Means they are superstars.
I've never experienced it anywhere like that, and it was reflected even on the digital side of things as well. Like Chetna and Kim up pulling for 10 seconds, million views after 2 weeks.
I didn't know actually. After uploading, I realized it.
Yeah, like arm wrestling is popular in the city of Basel. Really popular. It blows every other city I've ever visited away. Everybody knows about arm wrestling. I had no idea it was like
It's
that.
more famous than cricket.
Yeah, and it really is. They
The
care
third,
about it.
yeah, the third round of Kim Kima versus Abhas match, that was a good round. It also got like more than 2 million views on Instagram, I think. So yeah, people are
Yeah.
really into it. Mark's third super chat. This one is from for Pradeep Jr. Thank you, Mark. And you can thank Pradeep Jr. for the 15-minute delay in this stream. So my laptop is like in its last moment. So I have to like really be careful how to plug the charger in. It gets connected and then it can easily get disconnected, and without charger it doesn't work. So he was like, okay, it's charging. Let's mess the whole thing up. He's 2 years old. He turned 2 this month, 5th of October.
Happy
So, yeah.
birthday, Pradeep Jr.
Yeah.
Pradeep Jr. I saw
So
in status. Oh, I saw your family pictures in status. I will click snapshot and send it to Danik fans.
WhatsApp status you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that was just my son.
I will snapshot and send it to Danik fans.
Yeah. Next, I'm going to interview Billa and introduce him as the Denic Slayer.
Oh my God.
I'd be
That would be
curious to know
amazing.
what his mindset. Obviously, there's nothing more frustrating than beating someone and then everyone says, "Yeah, but." So I feel for him. I feel for him being in that position, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what his mindset is. I think he'd be hungry for a fresh on fresh situation just to work it out once and for all.
And not just fans. I saw the story that Kyle Cummings posted on his Instagram pages. Like, why are they celebrating it was a weird video showing that Danik got injured and they are celebrating. Why do Rohtak Rowdies have to care about Danik's injury? Of course they're
Yeah.
going to celebrate. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
arm wrestling
Yeah.
and even if I break somebody's arm, if that is making me happy, trust me, I'm going to celebrate in front of everyone.
See, if before
I
the,
don't get
before,
that part.
just as before the game, I know my opponent has an injury here. So I will try to attack there on to win, right? So they're correct.
That's the,
They will obviously they defeated the number one.
the
So
nature of Pro Panda is it's a teams event, it's a cumulative teams event. So being able to stay uninjured for the duration of the season is part of the performance. It's not.
it's not easy for
It's
me.
not. It's not a.
Competition
It's
for
not a
that.
standalone match series. So yeah, it was a victory in the context of the season. It was a victory, and you have to say that. Like, then it got injured. Okay,
That's not this guy's fault, right?
but on the individual rankings, just within everyone's heads, yeah, it has to. It's the obvious match. If anyone's going to pick a match, that's the one that Pro Panja or whoever should be scheduling. Danik and Villa would be very interesting on a genuine fresh. They can settle it, and everyone will tune in.
Yeah. I'm quite sure about this question. Ryan has changed his mind at least 10 times in the last 10 years. So, can you finally tell us, Ryan, what do you think? Where are you going to be your strongest? At what weight?
What weight will I be my strongest?
Ryan, in your final form, 95, 100, 5 or 115 class, where
Well, look, I'm going to arm wrestle forever. As long as I am alive, I will be arm wrestling. So I asked Ron Barth this question, who'd been arm wrestling for 42 years. When I pulled him, I said, "When was your peak, Ron? What can I expect in a 42-year journey in the sport?" And he said his strength peak was when he was somewhere between age 40 and 45. But he said his conditioning peak was right now, i.e., when he was 62. So he said ultimately he felt that about 45 was his overall peak. Even though he said he's not that, he still feels like he can beat a lot of elites now. 45 was his peak. So I was like, okay, so maybe in 5 years. But then you look at the Todd Hutchins of the world, who are number one in the world at 58 and 59, and you go, okay, well, it can be done. So I just know I love arm wrestling. I know I'm not going to stop. So I'll probably change my mind another 10 times. So if you ask me right now, I'd say I think 105 suits me really nicely. But given the way Chetna's training me, I'm growing pretty quickly on the body weight scale. I'm 107.7 kilos right now, eating up deliberately to be nice and energetic for this match, and I'll do a 2 kilo water cut just for the weigh-in. So 115, and I've put on average when you stay in a strength sport, I find I put on about 1.5 kilos of genuine muscle mass per year that I'm in the sport. So I think that's probably going to continue. Add another 1.5 kilos per year for another 10 years, and I'm a 120 kilo guy.
Yep. It is possible. It is possible. But for your height, you're about 6'1", I think, and it's
I'm closer.
120, maybe a little too much.
Closer to 6'2" than I am 6'1". I'm a little bit over half. I'm 185.8 centimeters laser measured with my bare feet, which is like 6'1" and 2/3 or something like that. So like I've had many people comment to me over the years that I don't have the frame. I could find you podcasts with Neil Pickup telling me I don't have the frame to be any heavier than 90 kilos. And then and it seemed reasonable when he was saying that too. Like, but look, here we are. Now everyone who meets me says, "Wow, you look really good at 105. You look your best." So I don't know. I always looked sloppy because I didn't train anything but hand and wrist and forearm. I never trained shoulders and back and chest and legs. And so now I'm starting to look more like an athlete. People are going, finally Australia. And Chetna gets all the credit for this. So I don't know. How much more will I grow, Chetna? You probably can answer better.
I don't know. You have to train.
If I just keep training under your, there you go. So I'll grow. I'll get bigger. Whoever was asking.
Yeah. Mark is asking, is Ron Bath on TRT? Everyone is on TRT. I was thinking about getting on TRT, like
What is
Test.
testosterone. So of course Ron Bath must be on TRT because I got my testosterone levels checked, and I knew it is going to be low because of my lifestyle. Sometimes I sleep during the night, sometimes I'm awake, sometimes I sleep during the afternoon, sometimes I don't sleep, sometimes I sleep in the morning. The workout that I do in a day is, I would say, maybe 300 steps just walking, and that's me going down to the garage to get
Really
my
great.
motorcycle out, and then I sit on a chair for like throughout the day. That's my workout. Sitting is my workout. So I knew it is going to be really bad. So it was like somewhere like 305 or 310. So and the doctor was like, okay, you can get on testosterone. And so I'm also thinking about getting it. So you'll probably next
But
year you'll
yeah,
see juice the
Ron
wrestling
Bar
news.
Ron Barth at 62 looks like he could be James Bond. Like he looks like a stud. If you look like that when you're 62, you're going to be pretty happy.
Yeah, yeah. I asked a few arm wrestlers. I'm not going to name names, Indian arm wrestlers. And as soon as I asked them about HCG, I wanted to get some knowledge about HCG to preserve fertility and stuff. And they were like, okay, SARMs and MK677, and I don't know what. I was like, bro, I'm not talking about getting on TRT for competition. I'm not going to compete anywhere. I'm just want to get that level from 300 to maybe like 900 or something like that. And everybody is interested in letting me know about the other juicier stuff which I don't need because I don't want to compete anywhere. So I was like,
Jack
okay,
Arm
I need
Wrestling
to.
News. We just change the name when you
Jack Arm
get on all the gear. Go to Jack Arm Wrestling News.
Juice Arm Wrestling News. Juice.
Yeah, but I won't really do it unless I can. But I may
It would
still
look pretty
do it. I
cool.
don't know. I don't know.
Jack Pradeep would look pretty cool. I reckon. We should ask AI to show us what Jack Pradeep would look like, and we could all look forward to it.
Yeah, that's Pradeep with like 300 nanograms per deciliter,
Well,
deciliter or whatever.
Jack Pradeep is what's the guy in Turkey we pulled with? Arif Merton.
Arif
Arif.
Merton.
Arif Merton.
Oh my God.
Arif Merton is Jack Pradeep.
When I saw Arif Merton, oh my God, this is ball Pradeep.
I got this comment around East versus West 2. So Arif was on the East versus West 2 poster. So that was more than 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And somebody said that, why is Pradeep on this card?
I was shocked. Then he said, he looks like Pradeep, right? Yeah, he does. He looks like Pradeep.
That's me with a beard. Not many people see me with a beard because of my
Yeah,
job.
really does look like it. Really does. And the Jack version, the big strong Jack version. But
People on TRT don't have kids. They can, but that can be a problem. HCG, that's what the HCG was for. I was trying to get some knowledge about that, and I got stuck somewhere in between, so I dropped the idea. But that's not completely off.
I can certainly attest to you. You don't lose your entire sperm count when you're on test. I have checked over the years. I've checked that many times, and whilst being on test, it was down to about 1/3 and stable at about 1/3 of a level of what would be considered a normal man's sperm count. But then the doctor put me on HCG, and I stayed on HCG. And after about 6 months of being on HCG and still being on test, 6 months of being on HCG, my sperm count was now like almost double what would be considered an average man. So you can.
Yeah. So let's talk about the matches one more time. I need to check Chetna's opponent's full name. Adilia Fazdalova. She's the wife of Arthur Makarov.
You guys
Yeah.
know Makarova.
Makarova.
Adelia Makarova.
Okay. So yeah. So maybe that was her name before her marriage. That's
Yeah.
what I'm checking on her Instagram. And as soon as I click on translation, this is what I like about the European arm wrestlers. On their Instagram, they're flaunting their portfolio of medals. Everyone, like I cannot find a single one who has won these medals and who has not mentioned it on
Yes,
their
yes.
Instagram. Yeah.
Very
So
interesting.
MSMK arm wrestling, I'm not sure what that is. 10 times Russian champion, 7 times European champion, and 8 times world champion. That's who Chetna is going to face at GVW, which is on October 18th. It is, Ryan?
Yeah, he's very close now. Next weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Yep. Next weekend. So when are you going to go to Georgia?
We'll be there before you know it. But we'll be there in time to just be able to settle in. I've got to do a lot of work as well. But I think that most athletes will be arriving by the 16th. At the sort of probably the latest press conference, weigh in 17th, compete 18th.
Okay, yeah. And let's hope Chetna wins. I'm really looking forward to. For me, this match, I think even Ryan may agree that this match is more important than Ryan's own super match, because the whole perspective about an entire nation's arm wrestling level can change
Yeah.
based
My
on
God.
this super
Yeah.
match.
I have
Yeah,
to make
so
India proud. I have to make India proud. I have the picture. Oh.
I want to ask India specifically. I want to directly request the Indian arm wrestlers to support Chetna. Put all political, all things aside, and recognize exactly what you said there, predicted. A whole nation's perspective and level is going to be measured of this lady's performance.
Oh my God, don't give me pressure.
So get behind her, and let her.
He bought me an Indian flag. It's, oh my God, very big.
It's a little bit bigger than I
Yeah, it's much big. If I take it up,
You can wear it. You can wear it.
as a sari. He bought me an Indian flag like that.
yeah.
So anyway, if you win, we'll throw it over you, and you'll disappear under the blanket. It's an enormous Indian flag.
Yeah. Ryan's super match is against Elder Bubenko, who is also from Russia, and I hope that is going to be an amazing match as well. I think you are going to be, at least you're planning on being on the defensive, I would assume, because usually I've seen the Russian arm wrestlers, they're really fast off the go.
He's a powerful top roller. So he stays close to his opponent, and he doesn't run like a tall top roller runs. He says, "I'm too strong for you. What are you going to do about it?" So I don't think there's no part of me that thinks I can look for a flash pin or anything like that. I'm looking to tie him up. Absolutely.
Yeah. And in Chetna's match, like if Chetna wins, do you think there is going to be any excuse like that? She recently had a kid, I think this year, so maybe she has been out of competition for 1 or 2 years at least.
He
I'm
said,
assuming.
actually, that's the interesting thing. She didn't give an excuse. She said that she didn't compete in world because Russia is banned or something. Well, yeah, something like that.
Since the Ukraine-Russia war, Russians were not allowed
Yes,
to
yes.
compete.
And
Only this year they competed.
they can perform as WEF neutral, and she didn't. That is the reason why she didn't come for WEF walls. And she has been playing Russian nationals, have been competing inside Russia, and she said she has been training continuously. She didn't give an excuse.
Yeah.
And I think it maybe just turned 1 just the other week. They said so. So yeah, it's still fairly new, but she said yeah, she's good to go.
Yeah. Your music preference, Ryan. What do you listen to? Have you started listening to Indian music now while working out?
I listen to a lot.
Oh my God! Why have you asked him? His music choice is very bad.
What are the Indian songs I put on that I annoy you with that I play all the time? What is it?
Which one?
You always say, "Oh, when I put this song on," it's like a high energy sort of.
Mera pehla pehla pyar?
No, not that. I do like that. But the short answer is, yeah, I'm slowly evolving into. I don't know the words that I'm singing, but I'll sing them, and that's what I do is I just go all in with confidence. I think if it doesn't matter if I'm getting the words wrong, if it sounds like I'm confident, then it's all good.
He texts my mom in SMS. He knows maybe total of 20 words of SMS, and with that he makes sentences and texts my mom. God knows what my mom understands. It's meaningless.
Your mom and I have a
Yeah,
special connection. She can understand my version of this.
That's way more words than I understand. I only know a couple of Assamese words which I cannot say here, of course. So
I say them.
Those are bad words. You are not supposed to say it.
yeah. So Ryan, any final message and Chetna from both of you? We have been going on for more than 1 hour now, and once again, best of luck for both of you. Anything that
Thank
you
you so
want
much,
to say to
Pradeep.
anyone?
I want to tell everyone, especially Indians, please support me. Because of Indian arm wrestling, I am here today. I started arm wrestling in 2011, roughly. I was not good. Then I competed from 2017 continuously, and because of you guys, I got this opportunity. I'm people GBW thought I'm eligible enough to get this match. So thank you so much, my fellow arm wrestlers, and to all Indians. I'm going to represent India. So I'll need your support, best wishes. Uh, Bless me that I can hold the flag high. At least I don't get ashamed there, and I can make India proud with my performance. Winning and losing is different. So please support me, everyone. Thank you so much.
And Ryan, any
And
message from you?
for me, it's just I'm excited about this update. I feel like if there's anything I'm going to be, people often ask me, what are you hoping to be remembered by in arm wrestling or achieve in arm wrestling? And I fall into the category in my mind of thinking I just want to be someone who's seen that they didn't give up, didn't stop. So I feel like I just want to see where I'm at, and I'm grateful for everybody who's supported the journey and people who have noticed that I've kept on going regardless of whatever opposition has come up. Um, and look, I've been in India now for 7 months of this year, and it's been amazing. So I'll thank everybody in India as well for the support. And I've had, even tonight, I got to grip up with a former national champion in, what's his name, O'Neill. O'Neill, I got to grip up with a former national champion who gave me the final little touches that I needed just to give me confidence. So I've had a lot of support from the Indian arm wrestling community, and it's meant a lot to me. And yeah, we'll see how we go. So Eldar, can't wait. Let's do it.
Indian arm wrestling is interesting.
It is. It is. It's
Lots of arm wrestling national
and when we return someday soon, we must have a Pradeep versus Chetna super match. It has to happen. It has to happen.
Of course it does.
It does.
All of the conditions, I'm willing to
I'm gonna
accept.
get
That's the most anticipated super match in Indian arm wrestling history, right there. Pradeep versus Chetna.
because of
I
the
think I
arm
think I think it will be interesting. It will get some views in India and some views in
It'll get. I think
on my
it'll
channel.
get bigger.
By the way, outside of India, if we talk about Indian arm wrestling, nobody knows Indian arm wrestlers. They know only one man, that's Pradeep.
Yeah, that was even more so a couple of years ago. Now the arm wrestlers are famous, getting famous from India
Yes.
as well. But like
I mean,
3
if you
years
talk
ago,
about Indian arm wrestling, only one name, Pradeep.
yeah, 2-3 years ago it was even more like that. So right arm, we're talking about, right?
Right up.
Okay,
Right
we
on,
can have
Superman.
both. We can have both.
No,
Right
I
and
don't
left. It
balance
doesn't
out.
matter.
You sound nervous, Pradeep. You sound like you're nervous. You want to get your left arm out just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we
That's
have
great.
press conference. We have a press conference for this. We have a face off, a face off, everything.
Where the location will be interesting. Like where can we do it?
I think for a match as big as this on the steps of the what's the place near Pradeep that's famous? Everyone go. All the tourists go to visit the steps of the Taj Mahal. This one.
Yeah. That will be interesting. I'll need to stop eating, get a little bit weaker to make that match interesting.
There we go. The trash talk's on. Very good. But thank you for having us on today.
Someone was offering me a match. I think Paul Lynn offered me a left arm match in USA, but then I saw the visa waiting period for was like 8 to 10 months for Indians.
Who did he offer you a match with?
I think it was the camera guy. What is his name? Robert Kelly?
Oh, Gary Roberts.
No, not Gary Roberts. Robert Kelly. I think Robert Kelly is his
Oh,
name.
Robert Kelly. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
left arm match against him. So I was like,
Yeah, I think a few people wanted you against Jake Ward at one stage too.
yeah.
No.
I personally think, I'm not going to lie. I think at this moment, without training, he's going to be way too strong for me. I've seen him arm wrestle. Yeah, I don't think I can match up with him. But yeah, if you give me like 6 months of training, maybe I can make it interesting.
But you just focus on the fact that you got a match with Chetna Sharma.
Wait, one question. I'm gonna be your worst nightmare.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Right, Tom. Let's
Learn
let's
this
book
from
it
somewhere.
next year. Next year we need to make this happen. We need to make this
Okay.
happen.
On the thousand, wow.
That's done.
All of your conditions will be accepted. If you want strap. If you want the any better side of the table, you get it.
Me as the corner man. Me as the
And you
corner
can
man.
have Ryan as the
Oh,
corner
yeah.
man as well.
Who will come out in your corner?
Uh,
You don't need
I
color
don't know.
man.
I don't know. Maybe somebody from Pro Punjab League.
Then we'll be playing there.
Oh, I love it.
All right,
Love
man.
it.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
man.
Thank you so much for this.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.